I want you to ask your governors. I want you to ask anybody around you tonight. Who brought foreign killers into Nigeria? Who brought them in? Why is it that that very question is not being asked every blessed day? Who brought them in to Nigeria? You cannot ask, can you? Any day you answer that question, that very day, you will begin to reason properly. You will see that Nigeria is unsustainable. Before we came on air today, late yesterday, a news broke concerning the abducted students from Kaduna. I'll come to the ones in Abia in a minute. This evening, I am not going to lay any foundation or any preamble. I will delve straight into what is happening in the damnable Zoological Republic. And I want all of you to pay very close attention to every word I have to utter this evening, because they are very, very important. Before we came on air today, late yesterday, a news broke concerning the abducted students from Kaduna. I'll come to the ones in Abia in a minute. According to the students that we are freed from the kidnappers' den, from the Fulani kidnappers' den in Kaduna. These are the 27 kidnapped students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization in a place called Afaka in Kaduna State, who were, to the glory of God Almighty in heaven, reunited with their families after 56 days in captivity. 56 days they were held until their parents paid ransom to Fulani terrorists, or should I say Fulani Asorok, before they were released. But there was something they observed which I want us to dwell upon this evening. According to one of them that had the courage to describe the kidnappers, mind you, these are people in Kaduna, so they are acquainted to Fulani, they know Hausa people, they know all the other tribes of the north. According to one of them, he said, some of the bandits we encountered are foreigners. They vowed to make Kaduna unsafe. They are foreigners. Please write it down. That's what I want you to note, because I'm going to touch on this later on. The bandits kidnapping people in Nigeria are foreigners. Some of them are aided and abetted by the ones who are local. And they have said they will make Kaduna unsafe, ostensibly for Christians who are in Kaduna. What I want you to note from what I've just said is that the bandits are, some of them are foreigners. Now we are going to ask questions later. And as we ask questions tonight, I want all of you to try as much as you can to answer these questions as we proceed. What it means in effect is that if people can come from Niger Republic, come from Mali, come from Cameroon, come from Chad, come from all these weird and wonderful places to come to Kaduna, to come and kidnap Christian students in Kaduna, it means there is something wrong somewhere. But the reason why some of you do not pay any close attention to this very obvious fact is because of the way you reason, the way you digest information, the way you interpret things that are happening around you. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because it means that a lot of people who are in the so-called National Assembly, it means that people who are running about in the army and in the police shouting and talking about territorial integrity, it means that all their fools all the sophisticated morons. It means that all the fools championing and campaigning for one indivisible Nigeria, all of them who will come down very mightily and heavily on those who are pursuing their freedom. It means that everybody mouthing their usual rubbish about the territorial integrity of Nigeria do not understand what territorial integrity is all about. Follow this very carefully, what I'm saying. You know, when you listen to the army, sometimes it's about the territorial integrity of Nigeria. Here you have foreign mercenaries, a foreign army in Kaduna kidnapping people. Very shortly, I'm going to ask all of you where you think these kidnappers are coming from and how come they manage to get through the border. These are the questions that you Nigerians never ask yourselves every blessed day. How did they cross the border, come into Kaduna, acquire AK-47, then go to school to select Christians to kidnap? These are the things you need to ask yourself. All these idiots in your National Assembly, with the exception of one or two of them, like Habaribe, and maybe one or two other persons, they don't even understand what territorial integrity is all about. The territorial integrity of Nigeria has been breached not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, over and over and over and over and over again. They don't know what territorial integrity means. I believe that they understand what territorial integrity is all about. Because it is now a land of terrorists. A land of terrorists. The breaching of the territorial integrity of Nigeria, not on one occasion, but on numerous occasions, were carefully executed by the same Fulani people in Asarok, shouting about territorial integrity every blessed day. The same group of people. The same group of people. These Fulani Islamist politicians in Asarok and all over the north, with their quislings in the east and their sophisticated moronic partners in the west, if you add a few pastors in between, you will not be mistaken. These Fulani Islamist politicians and their cohorts, right across every shade, every color, every tribe in the zoo, have themselves destroyed the territorial integrity of Nigeria by bringing in terrorists into Nigeria from across the Sahel to conquer indigenous populations. Fools like Dave Umahi and, should I say, Mrs. Tambuwal in Rivers State. Mrs. Tambuwal. Fools like Dave Umahi and Mrs. Tambuwal must learn from this, because these people think that they are dealing with normal human beings from the north, from the Fulani Caliphate Sahel, not knowing that every Fulani politician is a hardened terrorist. That is the reason why they went across the Sahel to recruit people and give them cattle to disguise their identity. Or should I say, to validate their murderous mission. Do you know what is shocking about this whole thing? Not that these people are from Mali, from Senegambia, from all these places. These are the people they want us to give our land to do Ruga. Are you following what I'm saying? These are the same people that are telling us they are headsmen, it is their pastoral life and all that rubbish. These are the same people they want us to give our land to. I hope that some of you are following and you're listening. Do you follow what I'm saying? The people that did the kidnapping in Kaduna, most of them are foreigners. Foreigners. And you're busy doing BVN registration, NIM registration. They also have their NIM registration. but they are not Nigerians. They are not indigenous to Nigeria. These are Fulani hardened criminals and murderers recruited by Fulani politicians from across the Sahel to come and take over Nigeria for them. Sadly, very sadly, some of you are yet to wake up to this reality. Fulani Islamist politicians have destroyed the territorial integrity of Nigeria. They are the ones that brought in the affiliate terrorists from across the Sahel into Nigeria without proper documentation at the border. They're coming from Sokoto, from Katsina, from Kanu, from everywhere across the north. They're coming with their AK-47, or they acquire one once they get into the zoo. They now go on a kidnapping spree and ransom spree. They leave this place, they leave the zoo as multi-billionaires. Nobody is asking the federal government of the Republic of Nigeria how. I've been waiting for this question every day. How did they get in? Who let them in? Nobody talks about these things. How did they manage to get to Kaduna, to a polytechnic, to go and take people who are in a polytechnic? How manage? They cannot ask these pertinent questions. Not a single one of them. What you have are idiots in the South. Say, oh, we need to build bridges. You need to try and form bridge with the North so you can get presidency. You don't know you are dealing with terrorists. These are not human beings. These are savage. These are animals. These are beasts. And these are the same people that you want us to do Ruga. These are the same people that Ojus Okalo gave land to at Lopa, that kidnapped some students of ABSU a few days ago. And of course, we know what we did. And they're very smart sometimes. They quickly release all of them. They should have held on to them. They should have held on. I was praying for them to hold on to them. Then we'll teach them a lesson. They will understand that every flesh bleeds. That is something they don't understand. You people are there. Your so-called territorial integrity have been breached not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. By hardened Fulani terrorists recruited from across the Sahel. All you need to validate the identity is you give them a few cattle, just give them 15 cows, that's all. They become Fulani pastoralists in Nigeria. That's all it takes. The only way they have managed to deceive all of you over the years is to think that anybody carrying a nama along the road is somehow a Fulani Nigerian or a Nigerian Fulani. Now listen to this. You know that they moved into Kaduna, into Kebbi State, and a few others in the north. Let me go back to the question I asked you earlier, and I want you to ask the Deputy Speaker of the House of Senate. I want you to ask your governors. I want you to ask anybody around you tonight. Who brought foreign killers into Nigeria? Who brought them in? Why is it that very question is not being asked every blessed day? Who brought them in to Nigeria? You cannot ask, can you? Any day you answer that question, that very day, you will begin to reason properly. You will see that Nigeria is unsustainable. Are you telling me that these people, they love Nigeria so much? Let us assume that they are patriotic Nigerians. Why would you go outside to go and bring in killers to come and kill your own fellow citizens? If you claim you love Nigeria. As El Rufai, that midget is claiming today. The midget El Rufai, I'm asking you. If you claim, why would you go outside to go and bring bandits to be killing people? That was confirmed by students kidnapped from Kaduna Polytechnic. That they are kidnappers, most of them, they are foreigners. Who brought them into Nigeria? If you claim you love Nigeria. The same Nigeria you want to keep as one. The same Nigeria you want to keep as one. If there's anything that is a lie that I'm saying tonight, don't generalize. So come out and say that this is a lie. Roman Catholic Church wanted to kill, they want to hang Galileo for speaking the truth. Say to the man, Oga, the earth is not the center of the world. It's the sun, that the earth revolves around the sun. It spins. The man, hey, you can't say that. He's Antichrist. You Antichrist. You against Jesus. Go and kill him. Dear me. Today we know that the earth revolves around the sun, spins at a speed of over 1,000 miles per hour on its elliptical orbit around the sun. When it goes around the sun, when it completes one full cycle, it becomes 1 year. That's how you have 1 year. So you are in 2021. The earth is still spinning around the sun. When it completes the cycle, 2021 will be finished. We'll go to 2022. The man said that is how life is. They said kill him. He's Antichrist. Hey, because the zoo has fallen. Who brought foreign killers into Nigeria? Nobody can tell us. And the media, Yoruba control the media. They should stop being afraid. Anytime they find one media house, every media house should go on strike and say they will not pay it. Fulani cannot do anything. Fulani only thrive when there is fear. When you have fear in you, you see them, you embolden them. But if you tell them that you are prepared to die, believe you me, they begin to go back and try to. But of course, negotiation is too late. Those that they sent to come, it's too late now. Negotiate with what? For what? Negotiate what? Restructuring? Originalism? Or 1960 Constitution? It's too late now. If you want to know why, go to the book of Genesis, chapter 13, from verse 5 to 9. Because of Fulani, because of headsmen. Let me not say Fulani headsmen. Because of headsmen, the father of all nations, Abraham separated from the nephew, if I'm not mistaken. The same blood. He said, I don't want any trouble. Because of cattle, because of Nama. Because of Nama, the same Nama today causing us problem. Abraham said, no, go your own way, let me go my own way, please. I want peace. Because of the same cattle, the same Nama today, if this is called Nigeria. Our 1960 Constitution is too late now. Who brought foreign terrorists, murderers and killers into Nigeria? I want to tell you, because all of you do not reason. Tomorrow night he will appear on Channels TV. Channels will not ask this very man, why did you go outside to pay killers? Why? Let me read it for you. It is Vanguard publication, December 3, 2016. Go and dig it out. What's the title? We paid some Fulani to stop killings in southern Kaduna, but today they're still killing, they're still kidnapping. It is part of their game plan. It is part of their game plan. They planned all these things. We want every Nigerian to go and Google this. It's carried by the Vanguard publication, December 3, 2016. We have paid some Fulani to stop killings in southern Kaduna. These killings started as soon as the late dead Buhari was sworn into power. Buhari was sworn into power, I think it was around May or whatever, isn't it? Of the same, they say, not up to 1 year, they went to go and bring killers. Or some of them that they had brought in to fight war if they lose the election. You don't understand? Oh my goodness. My goodness. Let me read the news for you so you understand. Tomorrow he'll come out and Igbo should prepare and build bridges. They cannot. I know he was talking about me. You cannot be insulting people. You cannot be insulting people. You need to build bridges. What stupid bridge do I have to build with the terrorists like you? Let me tell you what has been happening in the zoo. That some of you may not understand, but I have to tell you all the same. Before you go and pay your tithe and sow your seed, use your brain. I want to tell you what has been happening in the zoo called Nigeria. That the so-called governors, the same so-called Fulani elite, they are the ones killing you today. we tried to fight back in not that pampas wearing non-entity in Imo State. They don't understand what we're saying. Vanguard publication, December 3, 2016. We have paid some Fulani to stop. Fulani, he said Fulani. The killers are Fulani. He said we have paid Fulani to stop killings in southern Kaduna. El Rufai, the Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasser El Rufai, has said his government has traced some. How did you manage to trace people who are violent? How? That is the question. El Rufai, how did you manage to find out where they were living? Now follow this news very carefully, please. Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasser El Rufai has said his government has traced some violent, aggrieved Fulani to their countries. A Fulani man is in his country, in the Niger Republic, maybe in Mali. You trust him to ask him, why are you angry? In Mali. What type of God? What type of God? What type of God made these people? Am I going crazy or what? Kaduna State Governor said, we have managed to trace some violent, aggrieved Fulani to their countries and paid them to stop the killing in southern Kaduna. What is this? What is this I'm asking people? Are you people, all these so-called Nigerians, what is wrong with you people? A governor, how do you know they're angry to start with? How do you know they're aggrieved? Oh, before they went back to Timbuktu, they stopped over at your house to tell you, oh, Malam, we are angry, oh, we are leaving, oh, we are coming back to come and kill. Choi, Nigeria. Who did this to you? Black people, who did this to you? Who did this to you? Why did you pay them? We paid them so they can stop the destruction of communities in southern Kaduna. The same place they went and still kidnapped people. After paying them money, in fact, they even called them bandits then, in December 3, 2016. Now, do you understand? There is a way you look into the well so much, you fall in. You suffer from maybe vertigo or whatever, and you fall. I don't want, there is, sometimes when I research the zoo, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm reading a book of fiction. It's not possible. Some of the things are not just possible. You are telling me that the President of the United States of America can go to Canada looking for I can't even, let me even use Ghana. Can I use Ghana? Ghanaian president traveled to what's it called, to Burkina Faso to pay some people in Burkina Faso not to come into Ghana, into Kumasi to kill people. I mean, does it, maybe it's me, maybe I'm losing my mind. Does it make any sense to anybody? I'm just asking a simple, does it make any sense to anybody? These are the people you call your elite. All those, Fulani, you people must think we are all foolish. You people think that these your so-called Nigerians are so useless. They are so useless, they don't know anything. The same people that went outside to go and pay their fellow Fulani money, give them arms, open the borders for them to come in to kill people, are the same people telling you, a federal government begins profiling of Nigerians linked to terrorism financing. The same Fulani presidency. The same people that brought in armed criminals from across the Sahel to come to take over your land from you. They are the ones now telling you that they are to begin profiling of Nigerians linked to terrorism. They are talking about terrorism financing. Understand? It's in Channels TV, they carried it. The federal government has begun profiling towards prosecution well-placed Nigerians suspected of being financiers of terrorism in the country. Now, let me take you back to what I just said a few minutes ago. They are profiling, but El Rufai is not being profiled. El Rufai, we have paid money to Fulani across the Sahel to stop killing people. And a short while earlier, I told you, hey, these people, they don't know who they're playing with. A short while earlier, I told you that the students of Agri School or whatever it's called said that the bandits who kidnapped them are foreigners. In other words, putting 1 + 1 and giving us 2. El Rufai paid his people to come to kidnap us in our own country, so to speak, according to these kids here. The same people who are responsible for terrorism are the ones telling us now that they're going to do profiling of terror sponsors. Whereas a terror sponsor is there looking at you in the face. El Rufai is a terror sponsor. You're telling me you're profiling terror sponsors. Whereas El Rufai is there looking at you in the face. El Rufai is there looking at you in the face as he confirmed with his mouth, I sponsor terrorism. Because today there's still killings going on in southern Kaduna. Isn't it? Is that not happening? Do you see why black people are poor? Do you see why God sometimes just goes, when God is blessing other parts of the world, when it comes to Africa, he just fly past and say, this people are not serious. He will continue on his journey. Do you understand me now? The same people that paid their fellow, they didn't say we paid Hausa, or we paid Bachama people, or we paid Kanuri people. No, they said that we paid the Fulani to stop killing. Which is Fulani that is doing the killings then. And now somebody who's a Fulani is telling me we are profiling Nigerians, sponsoring terrorism, when a Fulani governor of Kaduna State opened his mouth and said, I gave terrorists money. Now you understand it, don't you? We are well read. We possess an analytical mind. We analyze everything. But the zoo will realize when it's very, very late. Very, very late. And he's an intellectual. When he see the little bed bug, he's like a bed bug. What is it called? What's a bed bug again? Hey, who is head fly? He's not a bed bug now. That sucks blood. He's like a bed bug, as tiny as a rat. He can fit into a pigeon hole of a car. They're as small as demonic as they come. Chinch. That's a bed bug is chinch. It's called chinch. He's claiming, when you see him talk, hey Nigeria, let's move the country forward. All progressives must gather. We progressives, the idiot is a terrorist. He's the one paying bandits to come in to kill people. And you're profiling. We want to profile. When this idiot opened his mouth to say, I want to go and pay and bring in terrorists into the country to come and kill all of you idiotic Nigerians. You want to begin profiling. Why don't you start from El Rufai that brought foreign bandits in the first place? Why don't you go and profile him? It's called change. Bed bug is change. That's how. No other name is called. Bed bug is change. That's what it's called. To drink your blood in the middle of the night like Fulani Janjaweed headsmen, terrorists. Block Mietiala. Mietiala is a legitimate stakeholder, the fourth largest terror group in the world. Legitimate stakeholder. And all of you are Nigeria. Let's pray for our country. Archbishop of Ecumenical Council. Stupid, idiotic titles that has no meaning whatsoever. Stupid, idiotic titles has no meaning. They are those doing profiling are the same people that integrated Fulani modelers into the army. You're doing profiling. You didn't do profile when you said Fulani terrorists have repented. They are in the army. They are in the police. You're doing profiling after doing them in the army. Does that make any sense to anybody? Only in the zoo. Only in the zoo. Only in the zoological republic. The same people, the same Fulani people that brought in their terrorists into the army, sent some of them to Olo, the same people that have a terrorist as a serving minister, who is privy to every intelligence secret in the zoo. These fools are still asking or wondering about the identity of the people leaking key intelligence secrets, like even their troop movement, to the savages from the foothills of Tajala, to their own fellow in-house bred terrorists. They are profiling Nigerians. When the Minister of Terrorism, Pantami, is there during cabinet meeting, you are discussing troops movement, you are discussing who to deploy to where. They will go and tell Boko Haram they wait for you on the road, they will kill you. You are telling me about profiling. You cannot profile Pantami, who is there. You cannot profile El Rufai, who is there. You are doing profiling. And the student just there like a church rat under the cabinet, cannot say a word. Security say, let's pray for the country. What is the view all of you want to say from Diara? A country that of 200 million people, they claim you cannot remove one single Fulani terrorist from office. Not one. And you're telling me that you people are civilized. Our country, let us conscientize. Let us come together. God punish all of you, Ndiara. God punish all of you, useless people. How can we now distinguish between a genuine army and a genuine police officer? Some of you say, oh, unknown gunmen. How do you know that those unknown gunmen are killing and not terrorists? How do you know that? This is a country that brought in terrorism into the army, brought terrorism into the police. All of you are there just watching and moping, doing nothing. And terrorists are in the army, killing innocent people. I said to them, I will cause so much havoc. I want to go to Hague to go and face trial in the Hague. After Omega Hague, I want to go to Hague. So I will expose this zoo to the whole world, that the world may know how foolish black people are. They brought terrorists, the same killers of our people in our churches, they bring them into the army. What do you think they're going to do? Common sense. What do you think they're going to do? I'm asking you. What do you think they're going to do? All of you idiots in the zoo, what do you think bringing terrorists into the army is going to do? How do we know who is a terrorist and who is a regular soldier? How do we know that? Then answer my question. It's a very simple question, please. Answer me. How can we distinguish between even terrorists? So you're telling me now, if hi God in heaven. Now, a Fulani terrorist from Niger Republic, from Mali, is in southern Kaduna killing people and abducting. You arrest him, you rehabilitate him, you put him in the army. Is he a Nigerian or is he a Malian? Hi God in heaven. God in heaven, please give your people some sense. Give your people some sense. Oh, Heavenly Father, God Almighty in heaven, give us some sense. This black people are foolish, I'm telling you. Black people are useless. You are telling me that a killer brought in by El Rufai can be killing people in southern Kaduna? They arrest him or they catch him or he decides to repent. Now he is in the army and he's in our law killing people. Oh, Chineke, God in heaven. I don't know who they are, but I support unknown gunmen. I don't know who they are, but I pray for them and I support them. This is the question I want to ask Nigerian government in the court of law anywhere in the world. How do you know that those they deployed in our law are not terrorists? How do you know that in uniform? How do you know? Since they incorporate terrorists into the army, terrorists into the police, how do you know? Nobody can answer me. Oh my God in heaven. Nobody right now. In fact, I'm telling all of you, we must see every police officer and every army personnel deployed to Biafra land as our enemy. Every policeman, every army we see is our enemy. Because how do we know which one is a terrorist recruited by El Rufai into the army? From not even local terrorists, from Mali, from Senegal, from Gambia, from Niger. How do we know? Because once you catch them, you integrate them into the army. You don't ask them, oh, where are you from? Before now you can see the reason why most people are happy when there is this clash, alleged clash between alleged police and alleged people that we don't know their names. I want to ask Daily Trust newspaper, Premium Times, these are Fulani newspapers. How do we distinguish between a genuine Nigerian soldier and a terrorist from Mali wearing army uniform that claim he or she has repented? It's a simple question. Because what will come first, I mean, it's a very simple question. How do we know that army on a checkpoint? How do we know if they are terrorists or not? Explain that to me. Because you people are the ones bringing terrorists into the army and into the police. How do we know? You see, you can never win against us. None of you. can win against us. Army or police officer and those terrorists from the Sahel that El Rufai and the Fulani Cabal, Fulani Caliphate brought in to take over our land from us, whose intention from the onset is to do us harm. How do we know? They are now in the army, they are now in the police. That is why all army and police units deployed to Biafra land must be seen as enemies. Nobody at the defense headquarters of Nigeria, the National Assembly, no governor, no sophisticated moron, no efulefu can tell us who is a genuine soldier and who is a Fulani terrorist turned into a soldier. Nobody can tell us. Nobody can tell us. This is the mess. This is the mess the world must come to terms with, because we do not know who is the terrorist in the army or police uniform. Therefore, all of them are terrorists to us. All of them are terrorists. These Fulani government are the ones that brought terrorism into the army. They integrated terrorists into the army. Now you understand why they decided to deploy exclusively Fulani officers to lead the invasion and occupation of Olo and parts of Biafra land. Let me ask the Sarkin Fulani, the Supreme Court Administrator of Imo State, and the Judge Obi also, and the cocaine snorting Mrs. Tambuwal of River State. How are you sure these Fulani soldiers you are requesting to come and protect you does not contain the same Fulani terrorists that set out from the Sahel to kill you in the first place? You people are beyond stupid. You people are beyond idiots. I'm telling you the truth. That the world may bear me witness. That in his time, he came and he spoke the truth. Not minding whose ox is God. I don't give a damn who you are. Nigerian army shuns southern officers, deploys northern commanders to quell tension in southeast. Only northern officers. Only northern officers. How do we know? That is how the zoo runs. Send southerners to Borno. Send northerners down to Imo State to come and kill people. Because they are not from your ethnic group. And as you are coming, you're going to die there. You will die and your land will be taken over by the real terrorists this time around. Let southern officers go and police their land. You say, no, they cannot go. You bring people from the Sahel. They don't speak English. They don't speak Hausa. They don't speak nothing. They come with the AK-47 to kill, to maim, to pillage, to rape and to kidnap. And you want us to tolerate it. In Nupe land, Nupe in Niger State, Nupe land is flowing with blood every blessed day. Do you know what DSS said? DSS wrote a memo. The same DSS kidnapping people everywhere in the east. Did you know that DSS wrote a memo asking Niger people not to panic, that the bandits are passing their area, not to panic? Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? That they wrote saying, oh, bandits are passing your area, you don't have to panic. But in our land they are kidnapping people. The same DSS are busy kidnapping people. But in Niger State, DSS, Department for State Security, or SSS, they are busy giving passageway to terrorists who have come to kill you. And you're telling me you're in one Nigeria. What stupid one Nigeria is that? What stupid? Shehu Sani tweeted a message. People living in the outskirts of Abuja were told by DSS not to panic and run when they were about to see headsmen on transit. Headsmen on transit with AK-47 inside Abuja. DSS. Why? Because it's being controlled by Fulani. I know the foolish arrogance and pride of the Fulani will lead them to come to Biafra land, and there they will die. I'm telling you the truth. They will die there. Excessive pride is what's going to kill them. And nemesis will consume them in our land. I'm telling you that. Nigeria is dead as a result of Fulani foolishness and pride. The most backward, un-indigenous tribe in Nigeria coming to conquer the owners of the land. I will not have it. I will not have it. I'm telling you the truth. God knows in heaven. I will not have it. Fulani cannot take 1 inch of Biafra land. Fulani can never ever take 1 inch of Biafra land. They cannot take it. DSS is colluding with them, writing a letter to villagers telling them not to panic. DSS abducting people, telling them we want Nigeria. Our people cannot see because they are foolish. Fulani wants to take our land. Can't you see it? Can't you see it? I'm asking you. Can you not see it? The zoo is dead and can never ever be resurrected.